this if I don't move. Okay, we got that. We got that. Does this work? Careful. How am I doing that? Wait, I've got jokes. I got them written down though. So okay, why did the chicken go to the gym? To work on its pecs. Yeah. Okay, I got more of that. Oh, okay. Okay, it's working. Okay, are we recording? Oh, hello, internet. Okay, we are here today to celebrate a bunch of brewers from across the country who have submitted beers for the second annual, I can't move, RahrBSG and Red Deer Homebrewers competition. Okay, hear me out. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hear me out. Okay, so we're just gonna get right into it, and we're just gonna go because we have something to drink over there. Right now, we're just going to go with the wild and sour category. Wild and sours. Stupid Flanders by Matt Balick from GTA Brews, won bronze. Oh. Okay, let's hear me out. Let's hold the applause until the end of the category because you guys are gonna have red hands by the end of this. So we'll just go to the end of the category. Okay, silver. Blood Meridian by Matt McNair from Cowtown East Wranglers. And then gold is Pucker Factor number 11 by Keegan Ewing from True Grist. Good job, gentlemen. That I tried Pucker Factor number 11. It was delicious. I'm not a wild and sour kind of guy. I'm just a sour guy, but it was pretty good. All right, moving on. Oh, I want to thank Blind Man Brewing for everything they did for us. They did so much. They hosted our judging. They accepted our beers. They stored them. They donated some beer to the party tonight. So I want to really thank Blind Man. They stepped up. And the Alberta Small Brewers Association as well. They were a big help with the prizes that we're going to give out to some of the winners. Speaking of prizes, let's do a door prize. Okay, we got some door prizes. I'm going to call out your number. 904-7151. Come on up. Perfect. You can choose one of these or one of these. These are Leatherman, by the way. All right, there you go. Thank you. Right on. Okay. Next category. Before we get to the next category, I got another joke. Hold on. What do you call a pig that does karate? A pork chop. Yes. Well done. Okay, we're moving on. Get this going now. Specialty beer. Specialty beer bronze was a spaniel named Humphrey by Sean O'Donnell. He was from the Ottawa Homebrew Society. Silver, it was me. I touched your drum set. There's the story to this. By David Fournier from the Ottawa Homebrew Society. Gold was, I think I'm kind of over drum sets. by Wesley Dehane from the Cowtown Youth Wranglers. So, if you have watched a lot of the homebrew competitions over the last year, maybe two, Wesley has won a few of them with his beers, and he's always wondering who's touched his drum set. But now we know it was David Fournier from the Ottawa Homebrew Society. So there you go, Wes. It was David. Porters and oh wait, hold on. E360. We want to thank E360 for sponsoring our event, as well as Hawktail Brewery from Rimby. E360 is helping out with surprises and events and all that kind of stuff. And same with Hawktail Brewing. They stepped up and they're helping us out. So this is great. Great. There we go. Porters and Stouts brought to you by Wholesale Club, which really helped with the logistics of the event, and the Red Shed Malting helped out with some prizes. They're great community supporters of the Homebrew Club. If we need a bag of malt, we can just call them up and be like, I need a bag of 2-row, and they have it on the outside of the shed waiting for us when we come. Okay, porter and stout. What? It is, the shed is red, and it is big. Okay, porter and stout. Third, Dark Dawn by Francisco Alva Menges. And I do apologize if I get your name wrong, because I'm not very intelligent. From the GTA Brews Homebrew Club. Silver, Plain Alive by Andrew Ford, also of the GTA Homebrews Club. And Anna Sharples by Steve Shaw of the Winnipeg Brew Bombers. Congratulations, guys. Let's draw another prize. We're gonna go with 904-7134. 134. Karen. Karen, come on up. You're going the wrong way, Karen. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hear me out. You can choose one of these or one of these. This is a Leatherman, and these are gift cards. A Leatherman. It's a multi-tool.
I got.
Yes. Okay, moving on. Pale lager and hybrid beer from supported by Service Wealth Strategies, our own very own Scott over there. He's an amazing guy. Woo! Service is a great supporter of us and a lot of other small community groups. They do great work in the community. And then Omega Youth has given us a little bit of prizes for our winners of the Pale Lager and Hybrid Beer. Bronze is the Colchinator by Mark Henry! For Red Deer Brewers. Mark, do you want to come up and get your medal? You're good, okay. Hear me out. Okay, Clear Signal by James Osborne from No Club. No Club. And the gold medal was number 4 by Andrew Ford from the GTA Homebrewers Club. When I saw that number 4 come up on the gold, I had to double check the entry to make sure that everything was right. And I was like, number what? This isn't, oh, it's just 4. Oh, it's fine. Okay, Pale Ale, brought to you by Tilt. Tilt are electronic floating hydrometers that I like. They're pretty spanky. And then Proform Concrete Services in Central Alberta, they are also big supporters of small community groups. They're sponsoring us again this year. They sponsored us last year, and we really appreciate them. Pale Ale, bronze. Cream Rancy by Eric Gernald from the Montrealers. The cold brewer was Philippe Deschamps, I think. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for butchering your names. I really am. Silver, Dancing on the Hillside by Chad Kling from the band Brewers. Lazy Lapdog by Casey Scott from the Cowtown Youth Wranglers. Okay, let's do another door prize. Door prize number 904-7160. 7160. Oh, Scotty. I assume you're going to want the gift card. Nice. Okay. Good job, Scott. Okay. IPA category. Brought to you by Lallemand Brewing. They are makers of yeast and other brewing products. They are continuous supporters of us, as well as Snake Lake Brewing out of Sylvan Lake. They make a good beer. I mean, it's like they made the best Pilsner in Canada. So with Rar malt, and their logistics is amazing. And they donated a bunch of RTDs for us, for those people who can't or won't drink beer. Weird. Okay, IPAs. Brown Dog IPA by Brent Bergeron from the Island Brewers Union, or the IBU. Glad Hands by James Osborne from No Club. And Say It To Me Citra by Chad Kling from the Van Brewers. Okay, we're moving on to hazy and white IPAs. Sponsored by Belly Hop Brewing from Red Deer. They've helped us out with a few logistic issues this year, as well as Fermentus, another youth company that continues to support us by giving us stuff to give to you guys. We didn't expect this category to be up there. We only had 10 categories when we started the competition, but there was enough hazy beers and white IPAs that we had to like pull them out of the IPA category and just make another category, because there was enough for their own category. Otherwise, we would have way too many IPAs. For those of you who put on competitions, you know the logistics of category management is difficult. This was on the fly, and we added two categories to the end of the competition that weren't supposed to be there, but we're glad they won. So silver, or I mean bronze, sorry. Four Goats by Alan Jameson from the Cowtown East Wranglers. Bing, Bop, Boom, 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 Bop, Bam by Casey Scott. Casey, that is going to be really small on your medal. Like the font's going to be like a 3, maybe a 4. I don't know. From the Cowtown Youth Wranglers. And then gold, the Agent Oranger by Keegan Ewing from True Grist. German wheat beer, sponsored by Cilantro and Chive and Darkwoods Brewing. Cilantro gave us some gift cards that we're handing out as door prizes today. Darkwoods gave us a bunch of RTDs that we could have at the event here tonight, and a few other things to give out as prizes, so we really appreciate them. German wheat beer, bronze, was La Maraga by Wilmer Venges from the GTA Homebrew Club. The Decline by Matt McNair, which is a great song, by the way, Matt. Nice call. From the Cowtown Youth Wranglers. Gold was Gothoga by Brian Marmorano with No Club. No Club. Okay, German and Belgian ale. Inkbird, who always gives us stuff whenever we ask. They're great supporters, and so with Hogarth Malt. They have been supporters of us last year and this year, and we need to get out there and do a tour of their factory. For those of you who don't know, from across the country, Hogarth Malt does floor malted malt the traditional way. It's very interesting. The floor is heated and they do all the malting that way. So it's kind of cool. It's different. So I put them on the German and Belgian ale malt, or ale, beer category. Rye Saison by Patrick Rapa from the Island Brewers Union, got bronze. Better Than Waffles by Jason Snell from the Red Deer Homebrewer. You got silver? Kim, do you want to come get his medal, or do you want to? Oh, yeah. Here you go, Kim. Yay! And then gold was The Quad Father, again by Patrick Paw from the Island Brewers Union. Okay, I got another joke. Did you know that if a canoe tips over on the water, you can wear it on your head? It's because it's capsized. Okay, moving on. Root beer, everyone's favorite category. Like I said, Serviceable Strategies helped out with this, and Carbon Mechanical is giving us some prizes to give away to some of the winners. Fruit beer, bronze, is Slippery Sea Snake by David Fournier from the Ottawa Homebrew Society. Another two-font metal beer, Berserker Brew House Raspberry Guava Wheat Beer from the Island Brewers Union by Leif Bogwald. And then I just call it a Forest Stout by David Burnett from the Cowtown Youth Wranglers, co-brewer Tiffany Burnett. I tried that one. It was delicious, David and Tiffany. Well done. Okay. Where are you going? Hear me out. Amber and Dark Lager, one of our final categories, brought to you by Proform Concrete Services. The bronze for Amber and Dark Lager, May the Schwartz Beer With You by Shane Schlesinger from the GTA Brews Homebrew Club. Silver is Blaze On by Chad Kling from the Van Brewers. And Kleiner Kommissar Anton Ist 18. I hope I didn't swear at anyone there. Carson. By Carson Whitmire from the GTA Brews Homebrew Club. Okay. Again, we have E360 supporting us on this one. Amber and Dark Ale. This might be the last category, I don't know. Bally Dean by David Fournier from the Ottawa Homebrew Society. Brown Dog Bitter by Brent Bergeron from the Island Brewers Union. I or Die by Andrew Ford from the GTA Brews Homebrew Club. I think we need to do another draw because we're coming to the end here and I got a couple prizes left. Joe, you want more jokes? Okay, we'll do a draw, then I'll do another joke. Okay, 904-7164. 7164. Oh, Barley Bob. Nice.
I'll win everything. It's the winner. Lucky to be good.
Nice. Leatherman or, there you go. Okay. What's blue and not very heavy? What's blue and not very heavy? Light blue. Light blue. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, we got best of show. So for best of show, I'm gonna call Kevin up from RahrBSG. He's gonna say a little something. You don't. No. No. You don't have to use the mic.
Thank you. Everyone can hear me? What? Good. Good. So I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Kevin Seach with RAR Malting. I'm the supply chain director. Just to give you a little more, my handle is I actually work with barley growers across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and British Columbia that we bring into the plant in Alex. And if you knew the barley growers, they have a lot of pride in the barley they grow, and they're really proud of the barley they produce for the North American Brewing and Malting. That goes a long way. So it was back in about 2012. So I'm going to go back a couple years. There was a real marketing thing going on in Western Canada, and I'm not even going to get into it, and Bob's sitting there smiling at me, but the Alberta Barley Commission asked me to come to Banff to talk about all the marketing stuff that was going on in barley and anything else. So at the time, I went into my coworker's office, which was Bob Sutton, and he was at the time doing North American malt sales, and I said, Bob, I need talking points. I need talking points to go to these delegates. So Bob, I remember, told me, he says, craft beer. He said, Kevin, it's big in the US. It started in the Pacific Northwest. It's hit California, and it's going like a wave, a contagion across all of the US. And so it's like, all right. So I went out to this meeting in Banff, and they had their 20 delegates, directors that represent about 20,000 barley growers in Alberta. And these guys were sitting on the edge of their seats as I talked to them about craft beer, how it's going to use twice as much malt. It's going to be a total disruption to the beer industry like we've never saw before. And they took a lot of pride in this. So over the next 7-8 years, I was fortunate again to be able to travel with Bob. And, you know, on some of the sales trips, I went with him, and I've been in Washington, California, Colorado, and met a lot of craft brewers. And it was interesting to hear the stories. Was all the same as you guys here tonight. You all started out as home brewers. Home brewers that didn't like the beer that was on the shelves, decided to start making beer at home, and as they perfected their recipes, friends and family started liking it. Guess what? Spouses kicked them out of the kitchen because they were taking up. They got kicked to the garage. They outgrew the garage, and next thing I know, we're talking these guys 5 years later that are 100,000 barrel brewery. Those are true disruptors in the industry, like you all are here. I love them or hate them. I think I was looking today that Big Rock is 40th anniversary. I wish we had a tractor tonight to give them a toast, because back through some of those early years, 2010 to 14, when there was a lot of stuff going on in the industry, they supported a lot the industry, but they also supported a lot of barley farmers. I saw them at a lot of events and really standing behind that, and I have a lot of respect for that. And I think we owe a lot to that. They did a lot for us. The industry today, where's it going? It's, I don't know. It's maybe grown too fast, too quickly, and I think we're in a bit of a correction right now, and I think it'll all figure itself out. But I do know that good beer sells. And good beer will continue to sell, and if you're making a good product, it will figure itself out. And I'm not going to pick on the ready-to-drinks, but I'm going to, or the RTD drinks, whatever they are. Yes, I've been at the golf course a few times in the last year, and I've had a couple of them, and I have to admit that honestly, they may have been like a vodka and a Kool-Aid in some of these cans, and I think that space will figure itself out in time, and I think beer drinkers should be ready to be back when maybe some of those drinkers come back. I want to congratulate all the winners here tonight. It's been great, and on behalf of RahrBSG, I thank you for taking a few minutes to hear from me, and congrats and have some fun tonight.
Right on. Thank you, Kevin. I'm gonna turn the mic on because I know you love to hear my voice in stereo. So we have something special this year for our best of show winners. You're not really getting medals. You're getting crowns. So I'll just bring up the silver medal crown. Let you guys see it there. So I'm not going to put it on because it wouldn't be right. I got to earn it. And I've tested the prototypes for this one enough that I got divots in my head from it. But as you can see, 2025 RahrBSG Best of Show Red Deer on the crown. This is the silver crown. We have a gold and we have a bronze crown for each of the winners tonight. So without further ado, bronze Best of Show is Pucker Factor number 11 by Keegan Ewing from True Grist. Silver is I or Die by Andrew Ford from the GTA Brewers Homebrew Club. And Say It To Me Citra by Chad Kling from the Van Brewers. So a little backstory, the judging, the process, everything. Say It To Me Citra was the very first beer that was judged out of 131 entries, or 131 beer that made it, 143 entries. 12 beer, unfortunately, didn't make it to the event. But Say It To Me Citra was the very first beer that was judged. And I remember being in the back room, and I hear the two judges that were judging it, they were like, this is good. I like this. And all the guys at the back, they're like, which beer was that? I'm like, well, it's the first beer. Oh. And they put it back in the cooler so that we could sample it again once everyone was done, once they were done judging, and it was delicious. Like, good job, Chad. Okay, Best of Show is done. Now, we have the Red Deer Brewer of the Year, sponsored by The Fine Vine. Paul, do you want to come up and offer this one up? So the Fine Vine is our local homebrew shop in Red Deer, and a lot of us get a lot of our product from them. Paul has given us a few gifts for the Red Deer Homebrewer of the Year, but one thing that was given, Nolan, who won last year's Homebrewer of the Year, he won this keg that Paul donated, and he decided to give it back. So bring it up so you can see it. We've made it into a trophy, and we've got Nolan from 2024, and we will find out who it was this year. Do you want this?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Yeah, just want to say congratulations. And of course, the winners. We're proud to offer this to the local Red Deer brewers. Supporting brewing beer is a massive passion of mine. I know the biggest part of our store income comes from wine and making wine off premise. Some stores find ways of getting into the beer offering there's a lot to it ordering, knowing what people wanted. Both it made really tough. Back in the old days, we could pretty well buy everything from one main supplier. You know, 25 different suppliers for ingredients, whether it's wine, beer, cider, whatever. So I do it because it's a passion of mine. It's not you know, I'm not getting rich off of doing beer, but I absolutely love it. I know when I started making beer, I was 18 years old. It was incredibly tough to find wine ingredients for beer. Extremely tough. So it's something I've always wanted to build up and just have available to local brewers. And it's a pleasure to see you all come in. So thank you for supporting local. And don't forget you have those 10% off cards. Use in the store for ingredients too. I know pretty well everything how I think by face. I'm terrible with names, but I recognize your face when you come in. So if it's me that happens to deal with you, it's no problem. But there are 4 other staff members too. So don't be shy. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I think that person was a regular brewer. Did you give them the discount? No, we didn't know and they didn't mention it. So, you know, mention it or show me cards. Give you a discount. So this year, I'll let you notify who the brewer. Do we know who it is?
We do.
Well,
We do. Yeah. It's coming up.
To be used in store, and it doesn't all have to be used at one time. We can just adjust it. And we also do it in 1 year to brew your own online magazine with a massive recipe database and 6 issues per year of the online magazine too. So whoever does win this, please just bring it back into the store so I can get your information and sign you up for that subscription. Okay, I'll hand it back to you, Mike.
Right on. Whoop. Thank you, sir. All right. So we are, get us both in frame. Oh, wait. Where are you going? Not yet. Oh, it's Jason Snell. Kim. Kim, come on up. Oh, Jason can't be with us today because he is up north working. So, yeah, boo. So his lovely wife, Kim, is going to accept it on his behalf. So she gets the prize. She gets the award. It's all Kim. Anyways, she's the brains behind all of his work. So thank you for coming. She does it all, really. When he's gone, she just does it all. Thank you for coming up, Kim. Yes. Oh, yes. For those of you who don't know, Red Brewing won an Alberta. No, it was Alberta. It was Alberta Small Brewers Association Award. They won bronze for their black IPA. Well, it happened to be Jason's black IPA that he did with Red Heart. We did a little Cilantro and Chive tap takeover at a local restaurant. Since we can't brew the beers, a bunch of the breweries brewed our beers, and this was one of the ones that was brewed. It was Jason's beer, and they entered it. It was all his recipe, and they won a bronze. So, again, congratulations, Jason. Okay, we're going to do another prize. Looks like all the gift cards are gone. It's for Leatherman. The last 4 digits are 7140. 7140. Get up here, Mark. There you go.
487, right?
Yeah, 487. I think. Oh, we got a little bit of data here. Now, I didn't put a lot of. If you're wondering who the top club was and who the top earner was this year, I'm sorry, I didn't have time to go through a lot of the details and pick a lot of the numbers out of it for you number geeks out there. But we had 9 judges that judged. 131 beers. We had 143 beers entered this year. 12 of them had shipping issues. They either broke or they didn't show up. There was a Canada Post issue in there. There was some breakage issues. It's unfortunate. We really would have loved to judge those other 12 beer, but they just didn't show up in time or didn't show up at all. So I'm sorry, gentlemen or ladies and gentlemen who submitted those beers. The lowest score was a 19 by yours truly. Yeah, thank you. It was not my best attempt. I rushed the beer. I have to apologize to the judges who had to taste that beer. I'm sorry. I know I should be. I hope it won't happen again, but I think the lowest score you can get in a competition was 19. So, truly, this beer was probably a 12 or maybe a 5. I don't know. But they can only put a 19, so I'm taking 19. The highest score was a 43. We had participants from 10 different homebrew clubs. And 4 participants weren't affiliated with any club. As you saw, there was a couple of them that won. So good for them. For those of you who don't have clubs, I just know that the people in the beer industry are very welcoming and nice, and for the most part, I mean, besides Mark, there's not a lot of jerks in the industry. No, for everyone is helpful and everyone is kind, except for Mark. He's not very kind. He's just mean. But if you're not in a club, look for one. Go on the interweb and look for someone close to you. Share ingredients, share recipes, brew together. It is quite nice.
Mike, I love you.
I love you too, Mark. I do. I love you too. I want to send a big thank you to RahrBSG. They were a major sponsor for us this year. You saw them on every slide. They are great people. They make great malt. They have a big malt facility here in Alex, just outside of Red Deer, that is beautiful. If you ever get a chance, if you're ever in the area and you want to come for a tour, we can probably hook that up. You just got to give us like a couple weeks or months notice and we will figure something out for you guys. But we went on a tour there 2 years ago. It was an amazing facility. So Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary guys, if you want to set something up, hit me up. We'll figure something out. But that's it for today. So I want to thank everyone for coming out. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate all the homebrewers and everyone in the community and the wholesale club. No, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't forget about Drake. It's fine. Okay, thank you, Jason. We can kill it and party.